Welcome to Attleboro Update. Attleboro High School reached a major goal in its efforts to construct a new football stadium. For the last several months, the school has been raising funds for a new concession stand that has a price tag of $600,000. Over the last several weeks, the school has received major donations from local businesses and individuals. Their goal was met this week thanks to two major donations. The L.G. Balfour Foundation donated $300,000 towards the goal, and the NFL Grassroots Foundation donated an additional $200,000. Attleboro High School Principal Bill Rooney was extremely excited about the donations, and AACS's David Angel spoke with him about their recent success.
I got an email from Andre Tippett, who is obviously a famous Patriots player, but he works for the Patriots Charitable Trust, and they work in direct connection with the National Football League. And we had submitted a grant. Dennis Walsh had worked on submitting a grant to the National Football League through their Grassroots program, and we were anxiously awaiting the possibility of getting this grant because we knew that it would be six figures. And we had obviously reached out to the Patriots to see if there was any way that they could maybe help us, if nothing else, just to get some information. And Andre emailed me on Wednesday about 4 o'clock to say that he had received something from the NFL, that we had received $200,000 in funding from the NFL. If you have a compelling situation where you have either a new project that involves youth football, or if you have a project that is a rehabilitation of an existing facility, then if you have a compelling enough story, which we certainly do here in Attleboro, then they give consideration to it. Obviously, another one of the factors is how much grant money has been allocated within a particular franchise's backyard. So if the Patriots had already had other projects, within the New England area that had received funding, then we would have had much less of a chance. But fortunately for us, we were one of the first projects in New England in recent years to submit for funding. Another aspect of this is that the L.G. Balfour Foundation, which is obviously a very integral part of Attleboro history because of what Mr. Balfour and his family did for the city, they also have a charitable trust where you can apply for grants. And Mayor Dumas, Dennis Walsh, and I were working with them, as well as with Mark Hool, to see about getting a grant from them. And about 2 weeks ago, we received preliminary notification that they were going to give us a one-to-one challenge grant for up to $300,000. So obviously that was a huge boost for us, knowing that our project costs were $600,000. They really wanted to help with something that was very near and dear to the Attleboro community, and so with their grant alone, there was the potential with the one-to-one match for them to cut our project costs in half. We've had some other donors step forward, and the nice thing about the Balfour grant is that every time somebody contributes $1, it turns into $2 because of the match. Mark Hool, Dennis Walsh, and I, we had been beating the bushes, with various local businesses. We had talked to some individual graduates of the high school and some parents about contributing, and it was a little slow at the start, but then we started really gaining some momentum, especially in May. We picked up a near $50,000 donation from Supply New England. They came forward with a donation that was almost $50,000. Borough Sand and Gravel, very staunch Attleboro supporters, came through with a donation in the vicinity of $25,000. So as we started being able to go out and tell people that these donations were coming in, that was a springboard for other situations to materialize. Harbor One Bank came through with $10,000. The Andrade family, who runs several Dunkin' Donuts franchises, contributed $5,000. E.A. Dion Company contributed $5,000. Whitson's Culinary Group, which serves all the schools in Attleboro, came through with a $2,500 donation. But the other amazing thing about this is just the fact that I can't even begin to count the number of $25 donations that have come through off of the website that we put together. And again, those donations, even after the announcement on Wednesday, those donations still were coming in because people feel like they want to have a part of this. I think the fact that the high school has been looked upon as the flagship of the district for so long, and through various reasons, maybe had gone through a little bit of a decline, whether it be some things 10, 15 years ago with test scores or behavior or things like that. But in the last 7 to 10 years, things have turned around so much. It's a wonderful place. So many things, so many great things are happening there. Not only athletically, but socially, academically, and so really, it's a situation where the positive feelings about the high school in the Attleboro community are really starting to help us gain some traction. But if you also think about it from the standpoint that the high school is almost 150 years old, there are so many people that are still here in Attleboro that have a connection with Attleboro High School that it gives us such a broad base of people who just who Blue Pride is something that has been a part of their lives forever. I think the other aspect of the fact that this is fully funded is just an affirmation of the community's commitment to the high school. Whether it be those businesses that I referenced who have made contributions, or just simply, there's a very compelling story about, our very first donation came from one of the custodians at the high school who, when he heard of it, he went into Mark Hull's office and gave him a check for $500. It just shows that the people in the community really do buy into what's going on at the high school, and that, for me personally, is what's very fulfilling.